Mike Benton for Thunder Vision. In about 1 month, the locker room stalls of Stockton Arena will be occupied for a training camp. One of those stalls will feature a returning D-man, and that is Ryan Constant, who was signed today by the Thunder. The man who signed him is Thunder head coach Matt Thomas. And Matt, when you look back on last year, when Ryan Constant was here playing under an AHL contract, what's the first thing that you think of out of his game that makes him so valuable as a returner here for 09-10?
Well, I think the first thing is he's an underrated tough guy. I think he's a very tough customer. I think any fight that you saw him get into, you usually always had him coming out on the upper hand. I don't think that's the best part of his game, though. I think the way he skates and can handle the puck, he's got a great shot from the point. I don't think he nearly utilized it as much as we would like him to. I really look for him to come back and kind of be a go-to guy on that blue line for us to play in all situations. The big question for him is, can he stay healthy and really get in a groove and contribute all season long?
You mentioned that big shot from the point that he possesses. Could that equate to more chances here on the power play for this season?
Well, I think so. I don't think there's many guys that can move the way he can across that blue line and get himself open for opportunities to shoot. I think he's got a good offensive instinct for the game, and I think all those that skill set together, coupled with more ice time and putting those more of those situations, are certainly gonna benefit him and hopefully benefit the entire team.
How closer do you feel that you are reaching your goal of retaining a big core that needs to be successful from like last year's team?
Well, I don't think I really focused too much on retaining any type of a core from last year's team. I'm actually really looking forward to having kind of a new group in the room and kind of create a new core. But I think you can't take away the type of skill level and type of characters that we did have on our team from last year. And Ryan's one of those guys. I think he's an elite player at our level in my mind. I think he's a guy who can really be a top and go-to type player for any team in our league. And to be able to get him back one more year familiar with me and what I expect of him, and added with a couple of the other guys that we do have already coming back and potentially some other returnees here in the future, I think it's just going to give us a little bit of that head start heading into the opening of the season. But he's certainly a player that I coveted pretty hard over the summer here. I think he's a guy who can really become one of the elite defensemen in our league.
And finally, you were gone last week, all from California and up in the Great White North in Edmonton for rookie camp for the Oilers. Who stood out most in the coach's eye?
Well, you know what? They got a lot of young guys. The one thing about the rookie camp is it's a lot of the draft picks. You look at guys like Jordan Eberle and Philippe Cornet, who are some of the players that I thought were real impressive. From guys that we know, I really thought Jordan Benfeld played real well in training camp. Both Brian Pitton and Andrew Perugini, I thought were real solid. They both got half of a game against Vancouver rookies in the University of Alberta. And then Jamie Bates, I think a great honor for him to get the captain's C on his jersey and kind of lead that group. And I thought he played real strong in both games while he was up there and through the scrimmages. So just good to see our guys out there and those guys compete. And hopefully those guys are showing enough that gives them an opportunity to be in Springfield in the American Hockey League. And I think all those guys have a real good shot at doing that.